And we're back.
Say it like that. Yes, we are back. How's it going, Zach?
It's going, man. It's been another one of those weeks that just fly by.
This was an intense week for us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You look a lot less tired. Looks like I think you actually slept last night. But when I saw you yesterday, you were just like, so tired.
I had to crash. I absolutely had to get a few hours sleep because it was really bad. But now I do feel rested, and boom, more.
Yeah, you look better. You sound better. I always tell your like voice is like you like talk with a slower cadence when you're really tired.
Yeah. Zach, you know what? We have this nice banter every week or whatever, and nothing against you and nothing against me, etc. But I'm sure it's rather boring for the audience. So I think we should add another person.
Sure, go for it.
All right, let me add another person here. Here we go. Hi, Fer. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you? Good to be here.
You already lit up the room with your smile.
Thanks.
What's the weather like where you are?
Well, it's actually nice right now. It's been raining for the past few days, but it's Miami, so it's never too bad.
Yeah, rub it in.
And it looks like since the last time we saw you, you have moved into an art gallery, yeah?
Oh my God, yes. Like, people, I don't think people understand how obsessed I am with art, but I actually, let me see, like here, I added some of the, it's art on paper that I've been collecting from friends all over. And this is an oil piece. And of course I have my, it's the other way around, my digital displays as well with all the artwork that, like I collect and my art. So yeah, I'm surrounded by art. I love it.
That's great. So I've been looking at the Discord and it's humming about MEMEC there. Let's talk about that. What is that all about?
Oh my God, I'm actually like, I have to say thanks everyone. I am over the moon. I'm overwhelmed with the love from the holders. Like someone tagged me and I was like, what's going on here? So my son, Kawe, he's 10 and he's absolutely obsessed with memes. He actually he comes to me like about 10 times a day and goes like, Mom, do you want to hear a meme? And I'm like, what do you mean hear a meme? And then he interprets a meme that he sees online. So he's always talking about memes. And last year, in the last meme run, I was talking about meme coins, and he was telling me, I want to launch a coin that is called Mimirium. And back then we didn't have Vitruveo, right? So it was, it made sense because it was going to be meme on Ethereum. And it evolved. I was like, I'm not going to do stuff, he's 10. So I kept pushing it to the side and pushing, and he never stopped asking. So I was like, okay, he means it, like he's serious. So we decided to put together a meme coin that is called Meme Culture. So Meme C stands for culture and Kawe as well, because that's his name. And he has a plan. I mean, like he wants to put together a whole template thing for people to use memes, like if you're into memes, you have seen like templates on websites that you only add the words to, like templates, and he wants to do that. He has a lot of ideas. So we launched it last night. It doesn't show yet on the drop menu. I have no idea how to do that yet. So, but it's live and people have to go and put the contract address to actually buy Meme C. But I think we might be going up past some of the other coins that we have right now. Yeah,
that's great. I've had the distinct pleasure of meeting your son. Very, very smart, and I know he loves gadgets and things like that. I'm actually working on a project right now. I actually got it from my garage to show you guys. So you've probably heard of the encryption machine called the Enigma. It was used in World War II. So I'm building sort of a digital variant of that. So it'll be done probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I'll finish it and try it out. What I wanted to do was work with him to create a kid's version of that, because it's an excellent way to learn about cryptography, and the underpinnings of blockchain. We are in blockchain, right? It's all about, we use the term crypto, but that's in cryptocurrency, but cryptography is the basis of everything. So I definitely want to help create a way for kids to learn about cryptography using the Enigma as sort of a basis. But that's great. So we are really excited to have you here for today. Stick around. We are going to talk about a project of yours that we're going to launch. So let's just get our download going here, and then we'll get into the details of it, right?
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to share my screen and we'll get going. All right, here we are, everybody. It is March 8th, 2024. This is the Vitruveo download, where every week we review all the progress that has been made in our ecosystem and also talk about upcoming things. This is season 2, episode 10. I'm the founder, Nik Kalyani, and I'm really excited to be here today and talk about things. But today we're going to take a small detour from our usual plan and get Fer in here. So Fer is here today because we are celebrating International Women's Day. So salute to all the women out there, the amazing women who make our lives so much better. I wanted to pay homage. So I wore my little hoodie with some flowers on it to recognize that part of women. But really, the thing that I'm most want to salute is the amazing strength of many women, just like Fer. So Fer, you've done something amazing here. Let's share that and talk about it.
Great. So, it was a last minute thing. I have to say that I need to apologize to most of my community because I didn't give them a heads up long enough. And I was planning to have a small gallery to celebrate our women in the Vitruveo community, because we do have a bunch of us. And I shared on Telegram on a few places, and I was like, okay, send me your art and we're going to put a gallery together. So not many people were ready. And then I chose a small gallery. And it started evolving, and I started getting a lot more art that we could fit. I actually moved my art out of the ground and I put it near the ceiling. And now we have art everywhere in that gallery. So we created a poet to celebrate Women's Day, and we're, celebrating our amazing women in the community.
Yeah. Can you show us this gallery?
Yes. Let me see. Like, I never share screen. I never shared the screen here, so let's hope that it goes.
Okay. You hit present, and
No.
I'm going to remove my screen, and you can add yours.
Okay, I think I found it. Is it showing?
Great.
No, it's not. Is it showing?
There you go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So for anyone that wants to join in the gallery, this is the Vitruvean Women's Day. See, like we have people coming in. Anyone that joins now will be showing in the screen with us.
What's the link? What's the link? We should put the link on the banner.
Yes, it's in the other slide. I don't know it by heart, but it's on
cyber.io/vitru-women/.
Yeah, but we have a short link. It's
okay.
Vitro. It's Vitru/celebrate women. I think that's what it is.
All right, let me see here. Okay, Zach, if you don't mind throwing that up as a banner, vitru.xyz/celebrate women, so other people can join.
Awesome. So yeah, so here in the entrance of the gallery, we have the logo that I absolutely love. Whoever did this variation of the logo for the Dubai event, I absolutely love it. So I use it on the galleries online. And we have the poet here claim. So it is vitru.xyz/Vitro Women Poet. So anyone that wants to claim and celebrate poet for Women's Day is here. We have amazing women in our community, including our young, talented Anastasia. For those who don't know, this young, what is she, like 14, 15? She's very young, but amazing talent. And yeah, so I added a bunch of people in the ground floor. You have from paintings to photography. We have animation even. I think here's a beautiful animation. Yeah, so everything that you can imagine we have here, and you can go up the steps, but you see, like, I couldn't fit my art anymore, and I decided to put everyone that showed up late is on fly mode with me. You can't get there unless you use fly mode. So if you go here on the control, there is, let me see, fly mode. So if you use fly mode, you're going to be able to actually go to the top and see the artwork that is in there. So you can see it.
Wow.
But yeah, it's really cool. And then you can have like an overview. We have so many talented women in our community. It has been an absolute pleasure to showcase everyone here.
That's amazing. I hope everyone will go in. I see a bunch of people there. That's great.
Love it.
So people should go in there. Let's flood that gallery.
Amazing. Yeah, so that's it. And everyone can explore. If you get close to the artwork, you're going to see the name and the title of the artwork, like the artist and title. So yeah, super happy
That's
to do
amazing.
this.
That's a lot of work. Thanks for putting that together. For appreciate that very much. And yeah, it's a great way to celebrate all the women in our ecosystem.
Thank you, thank you. I have to say, like, this is the kind of stuff that I do for fun. So it's something that I will work on at 10 p.m. after my son goes to bed. It's my fun time. That's what I do in my fun time.
All right, cool. That's great. Well, thanks again. Appreciate it. And we'll have you back again on another download, because I know there's a lot happening with Studio.
Yes.
Why don't you give us a quick update on that? What's going on there?
Yeah, so I'm very, very pleased to announce that we finished all the fields that we wanted to have ready for Genesis on metadata. So that is done and live. So now I'm onboarding like with full features for Genesis. The only thing that is missing is the actual consignment. We send everything to the blockchain because we want to make sure we have everyone in, and it's a drop that happens together. So I'm onboarding my artists, and people are excited. They're testing, they're looking at the, like at all the features, and super excited. I can't wait to, to see what you have to share about the metadata, because that is such an important feature, and people have to understand how amazing that is.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, later in today's session, I'm gonna show more about that metadata. But that's great that we can get artists onboarding. And if I heard correctly in the space we did yesterday, your goal is to have an initial couple of cohorts of artists to kind of test this out. And you feel pretty confident already that if it's good, you're just gonna open the floodgates, yeah, and let everyone in.
Yes, I have the first and second group going through right now, and unless they tell me there is like a serious bug that we need to fix, I'm just going to wait for them to finish and open for everyone that is on Genesis. So
that would
I am
be
very confident.
2,000. Oh, you're going to start with 1,000 Genesis and then the wait list?
Yes, correct.
All right. So that means in the course of March and maybe mid-April, we'll be onboarding over 2,500 artists.
Yep. I'm
That is
very,
a
very
lot.
excited about that. Yes.
Artists, yeah. And I can see the waitlist growing all the time. So that's amazing. Really, really great work. Thanks, for appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back to our download now. All right, and here we go. So Fer, I'm going to drop you from the mix here. So see you again. Bye-bye. All right, let's continue our presentation here for the download. So our buckets: protocol, capital, ecosystem, tokens, creators, and products. I'm going to hide this banner here. Give me a moment. There we go. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. All right. And let's start with protocol. So we've got 20,385 wallets. We expect that with our airdrop launching soon, that number is going to change. We have 2.3 million blocks mined. And the key thing last week is that the Explorer has new look. We've still got a few areas in there that are a bit buggy where we have white on white. We're identifying those and quickly fixing them. But overall, we've changed the whole thing, so it closely fits our brand. The next thing is that the validator KYC has resumed through Synapse, our KYC partner, and we are starting to onboard more validators. We are also going to very shortly drop the validator NFTs into their wallets. So that is on tap. I would expect it to happen within the week, maybe a little over a week, but that is on tap. The reason it's a little delayed is because there's still some movement in terms of moving validators by their request through different wallets and all that, and you want to have all of those things done because it's just more work to do it later after the fact than to do it before. All right, so that's the news on the protocol. Let's go on, talk about capital. So our booster sale was concluded. The final number is in. It's 1,604,384. raised. So thank you everybody for stepping up and doing that. Let's look at the stats on that. So our stats were we sold a total of 10,112 boosters at $150 each. We sold 4 super boosters at $25,000 each. Of these, we had super early birds, 450. An early bird is someone who purchased a minimum of 7 boosters in a single transaction. And super early birds were the first 450 of them. They get some special benefits. And the additional early birds were 221, making it a total of 671 early birds. All right. So now let's talk about fulfillment. Now that the booster program is closed, as I had mentioned previously, once the program closes, we can start focusing on all the fulfillments. And so here goes. So in the next 2 to 4 days, closer to 2 days than to 4 days, the Vitru Scope, our platform for all things related to Vitruveo assets, will be updated, and there will be a new boost feature. So it will only appear if you have boosters. So there's a boosters view, and that's where you're going to see the boost feature. So what you will be able to do as a booster holder is choose multiple boosters and target a certain wallet. It doesn't matter what that wallet is. It could be any wallet. It may have a Nexus. It may not have a Nexus NFT. So when the boost is completed, here's what happens. Your boosters, they transform into artwork NFTs, and it'll have one of those artworks that you see behind me. So that's what it's going to transfer into. These are going to be super valuable. It turns out that there's going to be 10,000 of them, a little bit over 10,000 max. So now what happens is you can boost an account with multiple boosters at the same time. So when you do that, your wallet gets aggregated with the unlocked Vitru of that of the combined boosters. Next, the acceleration occurs for the vesting, again using the aggregate of all of that. Now there are certain limits to that. For example, there's a limit to the number of boosters you can apply on one wallet. So those will be enforced, but your Vitru will be available. There is no limit to that. And then any Vitru that is available to you as a result of the vesting acceleration. So if you're vesting accelerated, it means that, and that's retroactive, right? Vesting is retroactively accelerated. So that might mean that you might have some new Vitru that will be claimable. And so you can hit a claim button and grab those immediately, and they will be delivered to your wallet within the scope of that transaction. So that's all that's going to happen. So that's really actually phase 1, let's call it, of the booster fulfillment. There's more. So the second part is collector credit. So each booster holder is eligible to receive $150 credit for buying art. So we are pleased to introduce now a new collector credit NFT with a value of $10 US. So each booster holder will receive 15 of these collector credit NFTs, and they are essentially usable to buy on any Vitruveo channel where artwork has a buy button. So we're going to have lots of different places where you can buy artwork, and you can use them anywhere you see a buy button. If you've got credits, you can use those. It's just like, I have a Starbucks card, and if I go to Starbucks, they always ask me, do you want to pay in cash or you want to use your stars? Because I have a bunch of stars accumulated. It's just like that. When you check out, it will look at your account and say, okay, you've got some collector credits here. Do you want to use those for this purchase or not? So they can be combined. We decided to break up the 150 into $10 units to give you flexibility. So maybe some artwork is $250 and another artwork is $50. So if you just had 150 units, then the math would become a little complicated. But having them in units of 10, you can combine them and be very flexible in how you want to use them. And these are collector credits. They are NFTs. You are free to gift them to someone if you'd like. If you want, some friend or relative or family member, etc., to collect art, you can transfer it to their wallet and get them. Have them have a new start. Our goal is to really increase the scope of people who appreciate art and get into Web3 art. And so this is a great way if you've got a bunch of these collector credits to distribute them. So initially, we will issue 161,700 of these collector credit NFTs. Now, one thing we are going to do is we are wary of it is a new coin, Vitru, that will be there. Because remember, although these collector credits are USD, what happens is that when they are redeemed, the artist gets paid in Vitru, which is the standard cryptocurrency of our protocol, right? So we want to make sure that the impact of these is kind of spread out. As you just heard Fer talk about, we are going to start onboarding the artists. And so it's going to be a little window of time during which the artworks are available and you can collect these, etc. And that window starts this month, right? But it spans a few months. And so what we're going to do is to kind of distribute the sort of usage of these. We are going to issue each collector credit with a random validity start date between March and August. So the next 6-month period. The validity period for that is infinite. So it's just the start date. We're going to spread it out a little bit, and it's going to be pretty random. So if you've got a bunch of them, you might have one starting available already. You might have one starting to be available a little later, and so on. So that's the only distribution we're going to do. But otherwise, it's yours. It's a perk that you've earned through buying a booster, and we are very grateful that you did that. And the artists also going to be very grateful, because one of the things that you want to have when you create a new ecosystem with creators, etc., is a ready set of buyers. And this is exactly it. So I'm very pleased that crypto investors are going to have the opportunity to get some amazing art in their wallets, in their collections. So this is what's happening with the collector credit. All right, there's more though, and that is the remaining fulfillment. So we have sneakers. That is a work in progress. I will speak to Fer, and we'll try and give you a more detailed update on the next download. Also, there's a lot of other things that are there, and what we are going to do is gradually, within Vitru scope, update the platform to roll out the features that are necessary for the benefits deliverable to super early birds. There's perks, there's revenue share, and there's other things there also. And we will gradually deliver everything that is eligible, that a booster investor is eligible for. But we'll start with the most important things first, which is the ability for you to collect your Vitru and your artwork NFT, and then also your collector credits. We think those are 3 high priority items, and we want to get those done first. Some of the other items are contingent and on other features. For example, your rev share, your perks, etc., are going to be triggered by rebases. So it's a little early for that, but it is coming. And so by the time we start having a transaction volume, which we expect to happen in the next few months, those features will be ready and available to you, so you can regularly benefit from them. All right. So that's what we have about boosters. And now a quick financial update. So we did the monthly payroll at the end of February. But right now we had a few one-time expenses. So I'm just going to enumerate them. We are getting our listings on CoinMarketCap. So that costs money. That's $5,000. We are doing integration with some DEX tools platforms. So that's $2,000. We already paid for our swap. We paid one installment of it. There was 2 installments. So we've paid the remaining installment. That's $20K. In anticipation of the upcoming airdrop and the load, we have increased our RPC footprint. So now we have our RPC nodes in a load balancer. So there's multiple of them, so we can handle the load thrown at us. So that's been deployed. We are also working on getting USDC stablecoin integration with Vitruveo. So that's a cost associated with that. And finally, I'm going to be talking about the airdrop here, but we have some funds allocated for the promotion for that. So that's the most recent multi-sig withdrawal you saw was $39,200, but these are one-time expenses. We don't expect to repeat any of them. All right, continuing on to our ecosystem. So I kind of moved ecosystem to the front of our update here today because it's it's really dominated everything we are doing in the past week. And I thought it might be good to also talk about that up front today. So let's see. The first thing is, I'm very pleased that we have a new GitBook. So if you go to docs.vitruveo.xyz, you can see a GitBook with all the information that's there about the entire ecosystem. And I'm really grateful for Zach and his team that has worked so hard to create this. Now, this is going to be a living, breathing site. It's going to be continually updated with the latest and greatest. So I would certainly look at that as a starting point for all things Vitruveo. Our goal is to make it very complete and have the most accurate information there always. So that's docs.vitruveo.xyz. All right, moving on. Next thing. All right, so this is the big one. So I announced a few weeks ago that we are planning a major user onboarding campaign. That's the VTRU Airdrop. The team has worked relentlessly this past week. There's some developers who are working 70 to 90 hours in just very short amount of time without any sleep, etc. But you're going to see the results very shortly, and they are amazing. I have been playing with it, and it is just fantastic. But the platform's come together really, really well, and we expect to release it very shortly. But we've got a lot of the heavy lifting on there done. There's Twitter integration, there's Discord integration, there's integration with the Ethereum blockchain to calculate your past year's NFT purchase activity to get you this thing called VAM, your Vitru Airdrop multiplier score, and that is used to multiply your earnings when you swap and things like that, the points that you make, etc. So we are super pumped about Vitru Airdrop, and stay tuned. There's going to be an announcement, and we're going to activate the platform here very shortly, in a matter of days. Now, given that this platform is coming online, please remember that when we activate this, the price of Vitru will go to $2.50. But until then, it is still available on otc.vitruveo.xyz for $1.50. So if you want to pick up a Vitru for $1.50 before it jumps in price to $2.50, now is the time to go do that. As we were doing sort of the math on the boosters today, and we were thinking about this, we had an idea because we saw a bunch of requests for people. I got a bunch of DMs for like, hey, can I get a booster? So here's what we're going to do. We are doing something called a booster roundup. So we have 10,116 boosters sold. We're going to round up to 10,200. That's 84. We're going to make 84 boosters available. We'll airdrop them to anyone who has a $500 and up transaction on OTC. So we basically do it in multiples of 500. So if you do a $500 transaction, you get one booster airdrop to you. If you do 1,000, it would be 2. The limit, the hard absolute limit on that is 84 boosters. So it will not go beyond that. That's the maximum number. And we'll wrap it up and cut it off at 10,200. So if you want to get a booster still, and you're just sort of coming into our ecosystem, this is the way to get it. A booster has significant perks, and as you saw, it would be good to acquire one of them. All right, so moving on, next topic is tokens. So I'd like to report that the Vitru staking update that closed last Friday was amazingly successful. We had 51% of the circulating supply staked. So that's 17 million Vitro that is currently staked. It'll be staked for the next 60 days, about a little short of 60 days because it's been seven days since we initiated it. And everyone who staked there is going to get a 25% bonus reward. So congrats to everyone who got in on that. It's a great deal, and it's great for the ecosystem as well. All right, some listing updates. So on cryptocurrency platforms, we have a listing on CoinGecko. There was a little bit of drama about it, but it has been resolved, and our listing is up. I've had a lot of inbounds about that listing, and here's what I would say. All right, we are a startup. we're going to be moving forward at high speed, and we will hit road bumps along the way. I like to think of it like, you know what, we're driving the car on the highway. You're driving very fast. You're going to have some bugs on your windshield. You don't stop the car for that. You just turn on your wipers, get the fluid, wipe it clean, and keep going. And so that's what we've done with CoinGecko. We talked to them, and they were able to see that the data we've shared with them. And so as a result, we are back on there. We have also listed on CoinMarketCap. And as you saw in the financial update earlier, we're going to be on DEX Screener also. That should be enabled very shortly. We continue to be listed on MEXC. The VTRO token is listed there. We don't yet have an announcement regarding an exchange for VTRU, but that will be forthcoming. All right, moving on to a section about creators. So I want to talk about the fact that we've been doing this series called Creator Connect on Instagram. I'd encourage everyone who has an Instagram account to go follow us and check out at Vitruveo_chain and see all the amazing reels we have on there with interviews with artists in our ecosystem. We're going to continue to do a lot of those and grow those. It's a great way to meet some of the fantastic artists that are poised to be on our platform. All right, now let's talk about products a little bit. Earlier, when Fer was here, we talked about Vitru Studio a little bit, so I'd like to talk about that. But first, let's talk about Vitru Scope. So Vitru Scope is our flagship product for people in the Vitruveo ecosystem who have Vitruveo assets. So we imagine that this is our focal point for all your Vitruveo assets. This is barely the first sort of glimpse of it. That's why the version is 0.51 beta. We don't consider it a complete product yet. So the dashboard is actually going to be a live dashboard with the charts and graphs and live prices and things like that. But right now we are focused on core NFTs and boosters. So currently in the core NFTs, we have one class of users, which is the Nexus users. But very quickly, we are in the process of finalizing the airdrop numbers and the assignments for dreamers, for benefactors, and validators. So those are all coming up, and we are a little mindful of and making sure that we double check the numbers, we double check the wallets, etc., because we don't want to go wrong on those and make sure they are accurate. So we might have taken a little longer than we should have, but it's coming, and I expect that in the next 2 or 3 days we'll have completed a majority of those. All right. So while you're on there, I want you to also know from a product standpoint, we have had users reporting an issue with Seal the Deal on Swapper 3. I'm very happy to report that issue has been fixed. Please retry it. You should be able to complete your Seal the Deal and get your VTRO. Now, we have a few users reporting incorrect claim and vesting values in Scope. This issue is being reviewed, and we expect to have a fix by this weekend. So that will be taken care of also. So if you're seeing numbers that are not what you're expecting, it's a bug. We will fix it. All right. Moving on to Vitru Studio. As Fer reported earlier, there is a brand new release of it. It's in production. And the most important feature on here is that it has comprehensive metadata. So I want to spend some time talking about metadata. I've spent time talking about it before in previous downloads, but I want to talk about it again here because this is a very important aspect of the creator portion of our blockchain. And it is quite significant and is quite innovative, and it is a game changer. So let's go to Vitru Studio and take a look at it. So I'm already signed in here. And what you're seeing here is the experience artists are going to get. By the way, we've added some artwork there in the side panel to spice it up a little bit and make it more interesting. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate straight to the asset metadata section here and show you what is happening in the latest release. So now we have a complete set of metadata fields And I'm going to go through them a little bit to show you the UI we've developed. So in context, you have title, description, you have culture. And so if you look, you can enumerate all the different cultures we have. We also have mood. So what kind of mood does this artwork denote? So we've got lots of different moods here. Then we also have color analysis. Now this is going to be automated very shortly, but initially it is manual. So you would go and choose the main colors that are visible in here. The reason we do that is because we want to enable users to search by color. A lot of people are drawn to color, and we want to enable that. And you can add multiple of these. So you can say that, all right, my artwork is mainly blue and red, and that is the palette that will be used. Like I said, we're going to auto extract that shortly, but right now it's manual. You can have a copyright line. The orientation of your artwork, we'll also auto select that for you, but we can give you the chance to override that if you wish. So that's it on the context part, which is supposed to be the very brief part. The action, the main part, comes in taxonomy, where we give you lots of control in helping classify your artwork. Now, I want to take a moment here before I go into these fields to talk about what is the big problem that this is solving. Well, if you look in general on artwork marketplaces right now, any Web3 marketplace, just pick one, what you're going to see is that there aren't many fields that artists have in order to be able to categorize their artwork very well. And this creates a discovery problem, because if you can't put data in, you can't get data out. And we are addressing that problem. So this is rich metadata designed to solve a problem. And I'm going to show you that problem in action in just a moment. So you can add tags. You can add as many tags as you want. You can classify your artwork into as many collections as you want. The bigger marketplaces today force you to put your artwork into one collection, and we think that that's a non-starter. You should be able to classify the same artwork into multiple collections if you wish. We want to be very overt to users and stipulate whether an artwork is AI generated or not. So we ask the artist to specify, is it fully AI generated? Is it partially AI generated? Or if no AI is used, so they can use that. Is the artwork augmented reality enabled? Now, here's the feature that's really important. Every artwork that is consigned on Vitruveo is automatically augmented reality enabled. Now, the question is, does the artist want content to show up when the augmented reality viewer scans the artwork? And so this is where we let them say that, yeah, I have some content, or no, I don't have any content. Does the artwork have any nudity? We want to be able to have users filter that easily if they would like. And then we get into a whole lot of classifications. So what is the category of this artwork? What is the medium that is used? So we have a lot of data here on the different types of possible mediums that are available. And you can select as many as you want. So frequently artworks will have multiple techniques, multiple mediums used. And so you can select all of them. You can see there, that's a very long list, and it's quite exhaustive. All right. Next is the style. So what styles are represented in the artwork? And that could be many different styles. And then what are the subjects within the artwork? So, you know, if your artwork has a dog, a car, a building, etc., you would specify those things here, because those would become additional metadata points. Next up, we have a creator. So each artwork may have one or more creators. And here we help the creator describe themselves. So what's their name? What's their role? So you could have multiple collaborators on an art project. Someone could have maybe not so much for visual art, but perhaps if you are combining it with music, you might have someone providing the music, someone providing the art, someone providing the direction, etc. A brief creator bio, a link to the creator's profile, their nationality, and again, we have an exhaustive list of countries there, their residence, their ethnicity. So we have lots of different ethnicities to choose from, their gender that they want to represent themselves as. And then finally, we have provenance. So we want the user to be able to allude to where the artwork comes from. So the country, the plus code, For those of you who don't know, a plus code is a way to provide a very simple code like this that I'm highlighting here for any location on Earth. So if you happen to be from a rural area, which does not have very well-known postal codes and things like that, you can provide a plus code to indicate the provenance of the artwork. And this would be particularly true if you've got a photo of somewhere in the Serengeti or something like that, and you want to provide a general area of where it was taken. You can do that now. You don't have to say, well, it was latitude and longitude XYZ. One of the things that artists love to do is to track exhibitions that the artwork was featured in and awards that the artwork has received. In most blockchain scenarios, you can't do that. You can't keep it live. With Vitruveo, you can. So as an artwork is demonstrated in an exhibition, you can add it, and that metadata goes on chain, and it becomes available. So anyone who's referencing that artwork forever can see that it was featured in a certain exhibition. So that's what we have for metadata, and it's going to be very, very important for search. I'm going to show you what comes next as a result of this. And then I'm going to have you contrast how it makes a difference. So the next product we're going to bring on board, like almost right away, is Vitru Search. So with Vitru Search, it's basically the most basic but full-featured, if you will, search engine for Vitruveo artworks. So this would be initially it's just visual arts, but it could be music later. It could be games. There's a lot of everything that's creator-centric will be searchable. And most people are familiar with this kind of UI because once you look at it here, you can see it's very familiar, right? Like, so on the left side, you've got a palette, and you saw the metadata fields I had, like with medium, etc. So those will be available as filters for you, and you'll be able to easily filter and see these things and see artworks as a result. But our search doesn't end there. It actually begins there. And here's what happens. So we have a ton of benefits for search. The first fact is that you can search across the entire blockchain. Marketplaces only have search listings in that app. And to demonstrate and prove to you that how necessary our search is and what a big pain point it is, let me show you the anemic search that exists right now. So let's go to OpenSea first, all right? So I want to search for, let's say, beach watercolor. Let's see what it comes up with. And this is the most prolific marketplace right now. So you got 2 items that comes up. Is there anyone here who believes that there are only 2 beach watercolor listings on OpenSea? And guess what? The only reason they even come up is because you've got watercolor beach in the collection name. So that is not a very good search. Let's go to Foundation and do the same search. Beach watercolor. And you can see that we've got some random things here. I don't see the word beach anywhere here. And in fact, I see gloominess, which is not what my interest is. But if you go to one of these things here, you're more than likely going to see that there is a keyword somewhere. That's it. That's the extent of the search that exists right now. And it's only vertical, right? It's in this silo of this website. So when we do search across the entire blockchain, we are going to blow away any existing solution that exists out there, because this is the difference. If you were there in the early days of the web, you saw, Yahoo and Alta Vista, etc. And then along came Google, and it transformed everything. Like, there was no looking back. This is exactly what this search is going to be. Like, it is a transformative and extremely innovative solution that changes fundamentally how Web3 art is going to be consumed. So the granular search capability with facets is familiar to people. You've used it on Amazon. You use it when you go to make a hotel reservation, an airline reservation, a real estate. When you go searching for all of those, it's a very familiar UI, and we are bringing it. But here is where things are going to really go into high gear. When you have these artwork results that come up, you can arbitrarily select any of those results, any 1, any 10, any number, whatever you want. You can just check them, and you can gather them into what we are calling an art box. So you're essentially curating at that point. So you can search, you can do multiple searches, and each time you put some of these results into an art box and iteratively. And once you have your art box, here's what you can do with it. You publish that art box. You can publish it to an RSS feed. You can publish it to a live gallery. You can publish it to a brand new Twitter thread. You can create a Twitter thread of all the artworks you've found. And guess what? Every one of those artworks, if they have a license associated with them, will have a buy button. And what we want to do is we want to make it possible for people to buy anywhere. You should not have to come to a marketplace to buy. So Vitru Search will become a powerful buy solution entirely unto itself. And guess what? If you create an art box and you publish it and you have connected your wallet, we know who you are, you can specify a markup and earn from any sales that come from there. So artists are not marketers. That's a well-established fact and has been proven now with the current Web3 ecosystem. What artists need is other people to sell for them. And Vitru Search is just our first step. We're going to have a Vitru store where we'll have a formal sort of marketplace. We're going to have Vitru streams where people can curate and do that. But with Vitru Search alone, we are going to enable anybody who comes and searches to become a salesperson for your artwork. This is what we talk about when we are saying we are going to increase the scope of discovery for artists by 1,000x. Like what you have right now is literally just a toy. Like there is nothing there. And we are going to bring this into a professional world where marketers, folks who are curators in certain themes, etc., have the ability to showcase your artwork to their audience who is also looking for that kind of artwork. So we're going to match artists with interested parties. And not only are we going to do that, but we are also going to meet the buyers where they are. Some buyers want to collect the artwork. They can have an NFT. Some buyers want to just look at the artwork. They can stream. Some buyers want to print the artwork. They can just print it on a shirt. They don't need to buy an NFT. Right now, we have an NFT, everything. This is not the right way. Art can be consumed in multiple ways, and we are enabling that. And so Vitru Search is our first salvo into that game, and it's very exciting, coming soon. All right. So now we are at the end of today's download. And as always, I like to share the download poet link so people can collect the poet. At the end of the season, we are going to announce special prizes for all those who have collected every one of our poets. So this is great for you to collect because A, you're going to have a token that is a memory of the fact that you attended this download, but B, you become eligible for a prize. So that's it for today, folks. That is today's download. Zach, you're gonna come on board. And guess what, Zach? We broke our record. 392 is what I'm seeing. 393.
Yeah, I know. I was coming up here to
more people and we'll get to 400. Wow.
Yeah, we destroyed it.
Wow, this is great. Thank you, everyone, for coming on here. This is so amazing. All right. Let's go and see some questions now. Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. So on the airdrop. So if you want to go back a few slides.
On the
airdrop side with the VAM multiplier.
Yep.
Yep. So the 1.38 times bonus is that stake on VTRO was the question. So I just wanted to clear that up. So yeah. No, you go ahead. You go.
Yeah. So VAM is a score that's calculated based upon your NFT purchases for the past 365 days ending on March 1, 2024. That number is used as a multiplier on your purchases. So if you purchase 100 Vitru at $2.50 each, the actual Vitru that will be delivered to you will be multiplied by 1.38. So you get more Vitru. Also, when you stake, that multiplier is also applied in your rewards in your APR. So those are the 2 places that it's applied.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I know it's a little confusing.
Yep.
There was one about sealing the deal, but you addressed that. I do have some really cool news. I'm not going to completely share it, but Nik, our potential partner agreed to our deal.
Sorry, I was reading the comments and
USDC partner.
Yeah,
they just agreed to our deal.
Oh, they did. Excellent. They did. That's
yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. So that means USDC will be coming soon to Vitruveo, and that means our DEX will have a stable coin to trade against. That's fantastic.
Yeah, they're really excited. They're really excited. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, and we'll tell you who they are soon enough.
Yep, we will reveal that soon.
Cool. I got Nik. Why is Nik so intelligent, and why am I dumb?
I am not, but it might be the chai.
There you go. The chai.
I'm definitely not. I'll keep this one up because I like it. All right.
Can we make the roadmap more realistic, please? All stuff is due in March currently. Well, it's March 8th.
We are delivering. I mean, there's like, I don't know if people notice, but we are kind of building all these products and releasing them at a breakneck pace. It's happening.
Yeah, and it's I'll look to see like what's going on, but yeah, no, it's the 8th. Like we just started this month. It doesn't mean by March. It means at the end of March.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Any here we go. I have a question here from Pam. Will artists be able to update the metadata section after publishing, like if it gets more awards, etc.? Absolutely, yes. That's one of the things that's really important. Is there are fields in the artwork that will be immutable, in other words, not changeable, but there will be aspects of it that are changeable, and awards and exhibitions are that, because obviously, that's a moving target, right? Like it might be featured in the future, so you can come and update it. So this data is on the blockchain, and but you can update it, no problem. All right.
Will there be a price spot in Discord for Vitro and verified tokens and Vitru when launched? Yes.
So price spot for Vitro already in the works. Zach, I'll probably give you the link this weekend, and we can update the Discord.
Yeah, we've been just trying to get the price cache so we can make sure that the bot is currently updating the price.
Yeah, our goal is to have it in at a minimum of 2 places for you. It's going to be on Discord, of course, but also Vitru Scope. We want Vitru Scope to be the first place you go for all things related to your assets. So primarily numerical things there, but also if there's any news or things like that, Vitru Scope, as the name suggests, it's a scope. It's your periscope, lens, whatever you want to look at it as, into all your assets, and we will put it in both places.
Asking about a second centralized exchange listing for Vitru upcoming.
We are going to focus first on our airdrop right now. That's our priority. Next priority is the Vitru listing, and after that, we will look at secondary and tertiary listings for Vitru.
Trust me, we're getting lots of emails from them about listing. They all want it. It's just it's capital and all of that good stuff. So
All right, I'm seeing a lot of nice comments.
Yeah.
Questions.
Yeah, there's not a lot of questions today. If you're having any issues with your sealing the deal still, obviously open tickets. We feel like we got what the issue was, right, Nick? But if there still is some, we will.
All right, legendary bastard. I will eat a pineapple pizza in your name when we get listed and fully trading Vitru. And I hate pineapple on pizza. I appreciate the sacrifice. That we don't have to go that far, but I really appreciate that. It's going to happen very soon. So look, guys, everything is happening in an order, in a strategic manner. Based upon, we want results, right? By the way, we just cracked 400, 401. Woohoo! All right, I need to screenshot this moment. Give me a second. Here we go. It's all happening. But there's an order to things, etc. So we are making it happen, and maybe we'll sit down and have that pizza together, and maybe we invite the community also, and we have a virtual pineapple pizza-thon. So someone is reporting that today's deck is not accessible. So we'll make that happen. View only means you can download it. So I'm not sure. This is the comment here. We'll check on that and make sure it's fixed. All right.
Will Vitru Scope have a bridging between ETH and BNB?
The solution that we are looking at with USDC will enable us to do some other things also, but we are focused only on the USDC right now, but we will look at other protocols also.
Well, the company that we are using does have a swapping platform that currently does like 13 other blockchains, so we would be integrated in that, so you would be able to do that to a degree.
Yeah. So here's a question about perks. All right. So let's go into that. Alex asks about OG perks. If a wallet has 2,400 OG perks total, 100 per month are vested. If you claim 100 month one, what happens to the remaining 2,300 coins? So perks are very special in that the claim mechanism on that is reducing. What I mean by that is, when you claim, you actually give up your ownership share for that portion that you've claimed. So as the future perks become vested, you are no longer eligible for that share. So just hypothetically, if you claim, say, 10%, then that means your 10% is now distributed among the pool after your claim is complete. And so with perks, you want to wait until the entire perk pool is vested so you can maximize your claim. But to specifically answer your question, if you claim 100, you get the 100, nothing happens to the remaining 2,300, except your share of it is going to shrink a little bit by that percentage. I can't do the math in my head right now, but that's basically what will happen. So perks are a special kind of thing where you want to wait until it's fully vested before you claim. Everything else, you claim as it vests, and it's fine. It has no impact.
Will USD stablecoin replace the Vitru stablecoin? Well, we don't have a Vitru stablecoin.
Yeah.
So
we have not talked about one yet. We haven't discussed one, but there is certainly a possibility of it. But right now, we are focused on the well-known stablecoins, and USDC is one of the top ones there.
Yeah, it's a one-for-one backing, and I like USDC. About 100 validators on for end of the month.
That's a question for the validators team. They can move at whatever speed they want at this point. It's just a question of like, we have the scripts, etc. ready. We've got the KYC process ready. So I leave it to the validator team to figure out what order and what pace people should come on at. But this is a good time to start getting them onboarded. We want the network to be as secure as possible. The more validators we have, the more secure the network. Really, as the transaction volume starts to grow, there will be some income from mining, but the majority of the income we forecast for validators, and by design, is from our sales fees. So that will start also increasing. So yeah, it's a good time for validators to start coming on board. And I would hope that in the next couple of months, we would have the full contingent on board. So as the network starts accelerating with usage, they are able to benefit and derive income from it.
This is an interesting one. I don't know the timeline here, but when is the next Senate vote?
Yeah, I need to go back and look at that. It's just been so busy with so many things going on. I haven't looked at that, but that's a good question. Well, I will make a note of it, and we'll come back with an answer at the next download.
Pretty sure, like if we're just doing like quarters, April 1st would be the start of a new quarter. So
yeah, that would be good. Speaking of voting, there's one thing that I needed to bring up here. We have the DaVinci DaVinci grant finalists done. There's 41 of them, and we want to do a community vote. So having the Nexus NFTs was critical to that. We are going to airdrop the Dreamer NFTs here shortly for the artists. And so at that point, we will have Nexus and Dreamers having NFTs with vote credits. And so we want to do a live community vote on chain for the DaVinci grant. And so that's why we waited a little bit, because the applicants are there. We have a really good pool. But so we're gonna get the on-chain voting app kind of done. It's going to be very rudimentary. We have basically a gallery of all the projects. You can learn about them, and you can hit a vote button. And the way we are thinking of it right now is that you can distribute your votes among multiple projects and then hit vote. And the projects that get the most votes get the grants. So that's how we will begin to start using the NFT vote credits.
So someone just got 5 of those last boosters.
What? Oh, wow. Cool. That's great.
Yeah. 79 remaining.
Nice.
Cool.
So here, this question keeps coming. When validator core NFT drop? So as I mentioned earlier, we have just a few validators who we are adjusting sort of the wallet ownership, etc. And once that's done, we'll drop those. One of the other things I wanted to add in the validator NFT is a way to link back to their KYC status. And haven't figured that out yet, but we'll figure that out and then go ahead and drop those NFTs.
4:30.
So here's a good question. Will there be a possible Vitruveo Meet event tied to an art gallery event? Not will there be a possible, that is 100% guaranteed it's going to happen. We're going to start off small with a couple of event attendances at NFT NYC, which is coming up in early April. So both Fer and I are going to be there. And as I understand it, there's many members of our community that are also going to be there. So we'll have some events there, but we are certainly going to have events tied to art galleries. One of them that I'm really excited about is when I went to Melbourne, met with the owners of Oshi Gallery, amazing art gallery there. And we'd really like to have one of our major events there. So that's in the works. So our goal is to create Vitru hubs all over the world, but we obviously need to come up with a model for that, come up with a design for that, etc. And so we'll do that. We're working on that actively, but we're going to start off with NFT NYC. All right. I think that's it for the questions. I saw 420. 420 was our limit today, our ceiling.
I saw 430.
430. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got a crazy spike for some odd reason.
That's great. That's great.
430 is the new mark. I mean, like I said a couple weeks ago, I'm not going to. We're going to have 4 figures here soon enough.
Yes, yeah, it's very exciting. Well, I have to get back to work with on Airdrop. That is our most important thing right now. It dominates all our conversations. It dominates all the work. But also, you've seen some of the upcoming things that are due, right? So we've got the boost feature coming up. That's huge. There's a ton of work that has to go into it, and so many other things. Like there's just lots of activity going on. So I appreciate everyone attending here today. Thank you so much. I hope you found this useful, and we'll catch you again on another download next week, same time, same place. Thanks. Bye.